Ward to Dunn in 93. Ricks to Sam in 03. Jameis to Kelvin in 2013. Massive plays separated by a decade each. There's a new play on that list now, and it's from this last weekend. But before we get to that, let's take it back to 1988 for the Punt-Rooski. Bobby Bowden in a tie game with Clemson from FSU's own end of the field calls the greatest fake punt of all time. And Leroy Butler is the hero who puts the Noles into scoring position, giving Florida State the win against the Tigers. Now fast forward 35 years later in that same stadium, facing similar odds against that same opponent. And you have Kalen DeLoach and the Fumblerooskie.
This year. Here's a blitz, and Klubnik didn't see it coming. He got blasted by Kalen DeLoach, who has the ball and is heading toward the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
I thought Kalen did an unbelievable job of timing, and the way that clear gap opened up for him, I believe between guard and tackle, was how you draw it up if you're Adam Fuller. And, you know, his speed getting to Cade Klubnik is so impressive because he came a long way. I mean, he was where he was lined up wasn't right on the line. I mean, he was almost second level off of the line of scrimmage, and it was a thing of beauty. Timed it up perfectly. It was disguised well. And man, when he shot through that clear gap, you knew there was a chance that he was going to get there. And boy, he did. It took advantage of it. Well, then of course 2 years ago you had Jermaine Johnson, right, on the other end of the stadium with the Holy Trinity, the strip sack, forced fumble, and pick it up, scoop and score, and put it in the end zone for 6 points for a touchdown. And 2013 as well, right? You have a scoop and score. Taj Boyd gets drilled, and Mario Edwards brings it back to the house. And so that play was also interesting because at first look you thought Braden Fisk was going to get it, and he was trying to pick it up, and it looked like he lateraled it to Kalen, but I think the ball was being bobbled, and Kalen jumped up so quickly and got to where Braden was at that the ball was knocked off of Braden's hands right into Kalen's chest, waiting for it, and the rest is history. He took off down that sideline. There's nothing prettier than having that convoy of 4 or 5 defensive teammates leading you to the promised land into the end zone.
Going to do whatever you can to keep this offense out of the end zone and go up by 2 scores late in the third.
Pin your ears back, get to the quarterback, get to the ball carrier, the receiver, make a play.
2nd and 10 from the 29, middle of the field. 2 receivers left and right. Play action, Klubnik. Blitz coming. Klubnik drilled. The ball is loose. It's a fumble. It's picked up by the Noles. DeLoach the other way. 40, 30, far sideline DeLoach. He's got a convoy. Trot in there, baby. Flip the script. Big play alert. Touchdown Florida State. Touchdown FSU.
Let's go, baby.
TJ, it's what, if you're going to be a great team, when your back is up against the wall, you have to make great plays in the biggest of moments. And that's where we were at. You said it, Phil Maffa ripped off a long run. The momentum was on Clemson's side. If they put the ball in the end zone there, it's a 14-point lead for the Tigers late in the third quarter, and that place is going nuts. It's going crazy. And their defense had been playing well in the second half. They've done a good job of getting us off the field offensively. And I remember thinking, after the Maffa run, Jared Verse made a great play, an unbelievable tackle. He just swallowed up Maffa along the edge to kind of quiet things a little bit. And I think that tackle, that play, isn't talked about a lot, but maybe it gave us a little bit of a breather for just a moment to kind of reset, regroup, and recalibrate to set something up and halt their momentum just briefly. And I tell you, when it mattered most, this defense came up with just the play of potentially of the season right there in shifting things. And you want to talk about how an entire fan base is feeling one thing with that Clemson fan base inside of Death Valley. and that play happened, you could feel the air get sucked out of that place, except for the great Noles fans that were making all sorts of noise when Kalen DeLoach made that hit and picked it up and took it to the.
Here's a play.